Hello and welcome back to The Lion's Den, the only podcast that... what? I don't know. I tried to come up with something witty here. I'm not very witty, as pointed out by some of my colleagues yesterday. I'm your host, Matt, as always. I don't know if I said that. Here's the fun thing, right? I decided to sign up to a couple little committee things, just like extra side tasks at work, right? One of them is working with a team who designs and redoes some of the systems we use daily. And our role, my role in that team is to kind of point out and be like, yeah, this is what we do. Your ideas are either great, stupid, or here's some changes, right? So I'm super excited about that because the things that they've already shown us look like they're going to help us massively when it comes to processing the stuff we do in our day-to-day work. So super happy about that. The other thing that I signed up to do is we have a thing called a winter social event that they're organizing. They did it last year. I didn't go. I'm really annoyed now because based on the information of what this one's looking like, I wish I'd gone. Essentially, it's just going to be a gathering of loads of people from our wider team, a wider hub, if you call it that. And it will have like a quiz and a couple like icebreaker games. There'll be some drink like hot chocolate and mulled wine because it will be almost December by that point. And one of the things we suggested was, as an icebreaker, what we're going to do is we're going to send out the invitation form, and on the invitation form people can say a small fact about themselves. For example, like, I don't know, I speak 3 languages. Like an icebreaker kind of fact, right? And they'll have a sticker on them on the night, and then the idea is that people will go around and they'll have a bingo card that says some of the facts. And you have to go and like talk to people and say, oh, are you the person who speaks 3 languages? That kind of thing, which I think is a really fun idea. But we were trying to think of something to put on the stickers to indicate that that person is partaking in this thing, rather than just a sticker that says, like, ask me something. Something fun, right? I had no good ideas. And my colleague was just like, yeah, that's rubbish. I was like, yeah, I know. I'm terrible. I'm terrible at thinking of things on the spot and being, like, witty and creative. So that's why these introductions are really difficult. Anyway, went off on a random tangent. Some small updates. Galaxy Watch 4, really happy with it, sticking with it. Samsung Tab S9 FE, stupidly long name. I'm gonna punt for it. One thing I'm waiting for is there's a guy on YouTube called Brad Colbo, and basically he reviews technology from an artistic standpoint, and that's the whole reason I'm looking at this tablet, right? I know it's gonna be good to watch YouTube on it. I know it's gonna be useful as like just a browsing tool for the internet and whatnot, because I don't do anything particularly complicated on my tablet. I just want to know if it's any good for drawing on. So we're waiting for his review, basically, which I might miss out on some pre-order bonuses, but I'd rather wait and hear what an artist says it's like before I go and spend money on it, because it's cheaper than a lot of tablets, but it's still a lot of money. It's £450, so I don't want to make a mistake. Anyway, let's talk about something else. Halloween is a thing, right? We're in October. We're almost in mid-October. That's scary. But I decided last year, when Halloween came and went, that I really wanted to actually put some effort into a Halloween costume, because the last year I went, I don't even think I dressed up. I think I went and I saw all the costumes that people had, and I was like, wow, these are really cool, and I want to do something. So my theme this year is budget but gets the idea across, right? And I planned this ages ago, and I set a reminder on my phone to say, oi, start actually buying stuff for it. So I've decided to go with Joker from Persona 5 because I think it's relatively easy and I have a lot of things that can kind of pull off the look. So the first thing that I've done is source a masquerade mask, because obviously that's iconic, right? The white mask with the black like around the eyes and the spikes and everything. Iconic. I'll be honest, I've made a like DIY budget version from a like paper mask that I've then like penciled over with the design. And when I showed it to my friend, I was just like, tell me what you think this is. I just sent them a photo, no context, nothing, and they were like, oh, that's Joker's mask, right? And I was like, yes, perfect. That's exactly what I want. It just needs to get the point across and look semi-decent. So that's one thing. Obviously, I don't have his hair, and I can't be bothered with a wig. That's just a nightmare, but I won't worry about that too much. He has like an undercoat, like a vest, but I'm not going to bother with that. I just have a black shirt that I think will be enough. I've got black trousers. I've got black high tops, not boots, because he has like boots with a slight heel, but black high tops should be more than enough. The things I actually need to buy is red gloves, because they are again iconic. It's the one pop of color on his entire outfit is these red gloves, and like one of his poses is him pulling one glove with the other, and it looks super cool. And I'll try and emulate that pose when I get like photos taken of me. And the other thing is he has a really long trench coat with, I think it's called a dovetail in the back. So like it's split at the back and it flows and everything. The funny thing is when I went Googling this, it's kind of hard to find a specific costume idea because, you know, people are trying to produce items that are mass marketable. So like if you search trench coat, you're just going to get like normal stylish trench coats. It's awkward. Also, I'm really sorry if there's a lot of dings in the background. My computer is just pinging messages. It's really annoying, but I'm in a flow state. We're going with it. So yeah, the one that I have found that's fairly cheap is actually designed for a Mad Hatter costume, you know, like Alice in Wonderland, but it's got that same sort of style to it. So I'm thinking, yeah, that'll do. It works, right? And as long as it gets the idea across, that's the whole point. The plan is, because I don't have to buy too many things for that, I will purchase the things, try them out, and we'll just, if it looks stupid, I'll just scrap the idea at that point. But if it looks good, we're off to the races. It's really funny because I've never actually tried with a Halloween costume other than when I was like really like young kid. I never really particularly bothered just because it's effort and planning, and I'm terrible at planning. But this was the one year that I've decided, you know what, I want to actually try. I want to try somewhat to produce something that looks cool. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll put a picture on if it's not absolutely cringe. Fingers crossed. What I need to do is appropriate someone. I need to find the like tallest person there and be like, oi, can you be my Arsene? Not even like in costume, just a really tall dude that stands behind me all night. That'd be funny. It's also convenient because I do play Joker in Smash. So I could technically just play Joker all night on Smash and be like, I'm Joker, I'm playing Joker, it works. I'm a little bit giddy and excited about it, but hey, it's exciting, but also like embarrassing and awkward and cringe, but fun. We'll see how it goes. I don't really know what else to talk about. My main category for today was going to be appointments, because appointments are really annoying. You know, when you have an appointment that's in the morning, it's fine, right? You go to bed, you maybe have a bit of a rough sleep, but you get through it. You wake up the next day, you go straight to the appointment, sort it out, and you're done. You've then got the rest of the day back. But if you have an appointment at any other point other than up until like 11 a.m, nightmare. It was when I had my interview. It was like 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. What a horrible time for an interview, because that's normally when I eat lunch. So 1, I had to eat lunch early. 2, the whole morning was just ruined because I'm there panicking about getting to my interview on time, and is the interview gonna be good, and oh gosh, what's happening? And then the afternoon is even ruined because your brain is fresh off of doing whatever it was and thinks, well, I haven't got much of the day left because I just had an interview, and now my brain's having a meltdown. Hate it. If I have an appointment at any other time than early, not a good thing. The only caveat to that is, can I book an appointment as close to this time right now? I was going to say close to today. I meant close to now. So let's say I wanted an appointment to go for a blood test. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. I did that. I booked that on the day, like 3-4 hours in advance, because that's ideal to me. I was able to do stuff before then deciding, hey, I want an appointment. And even when I did decide that I wanted an appointment, it was almost like I'm just gonna go now because it's in the right time frame, if that makes sense. I like it when you can get to an appointment immediately. That's why I either want it straight in the morning because I wake up and go, appointment done, sorted, it's out of the way, or like I say, I book it immediately as to closest to the time that it is right then and there. It just stops your brain thinking about it. I'd say maybe that's just me being weird, but you gotta figure these things out, man, when your brain is fighting you constantly. Let's wrap this thing up with Smash Bros. I went to play Smash Bros with friends on Wednesday in person for the first time in a very long time. Smash online and Smash offline are whole different beasts. Very different beasts. Which, I mean, I knew because I went to the tournaments a couple times in my city. But those people I don't play with regularly. I don't know how they play. They also play very different characters. Whereas playing people I've repeatedly tried against online, but in person, very different story. I was on a tear. I was having a great time. I was like, I can actually win games. What is this? This is weird. I have an ability now. Incredible. So, yeah, we'll just leave it at that. I hope you've all enjoyed listening. Stay safe, and I'll see you all next week. Bye.